All right. All right. It took me a while to get to top down. Let's start with the dollar, big picture. So our monthly level clearly still in a long-term uptrend, right? That started in 2014. RSI is not really anywhere that sticks out. We do have the monthly cycle trying to cross back up. Just riding the rising 8 on the monthly. When you go to the weekly, we did finally get a close. Well, I guess we closed right at 98.05. So we did close above 98 for the week last week. So that's kind of the level we've been watching. I think if you see some follow through here this week, it's pretty safe to say that there's some decent confirmation there, and path of least resistance is back to the highs from the end of 2016, beginning of 2016. So our weekly's still rising. Daily cycle has been pretty high. Now this has been the ebb and flow. That this is the cycle that's been the most dominant. So we've highlighted that on the euro over and over and over again. So it'll be interesting to see if the cycle rolls over this week, whether or not we can hold where we kind of broke out from. I think there's probably a pretty good chance of that. So you might even get a little bit of cycle inversion where if this 8 holds in the breakout line, kind of 97.5. Pretty sure it's 112 on the euro. If that holds as the cycle comes down, we'll see if we make a new high as the cycle rolls over off the top. But as it being an oscillator, if the market makes a new high, this oscillator probably just going to hang out here. It's not like a sine wave. So should be this similar on the euro. Still in a long-term downtrend. Monthly cycle is kind of turning back down. Weekly was low, but still crossed to the downside. Dailies is low. But we closed the week below that 112. I think that matters for sure. So I'm hoping and rooting for this strong dollar to continue. And I think that will do a lot to the global economy inside the system. There's still a pretty big shortage of dollars. I guess if we go to the 4-hour and see we're in the southern hemisphere, that cycle's pretty high. We're a little bit oversold on the 4-hour to end the week last week. Still making lower highs. The TMS is all still in place on the intermediate term. 30 minutes kind of low to start the morning. So is the 15-minute. The day trade shorts were better here out of London. You'd be covering some, right? So I'm still course short euro. I'll add on a bounce. Euro yen. So daily cycle is kind of low there. It might be a day trade long here, guys, on euro yen. 30 minutes low, kind of holding the bands. Yeah, I like that. Let's go long euro yen here this morning, day trade. Our risk will kind of be below the bands here on the 15-minute. We'll see if we can kind of turn that 5-minute back up. Maybe we get a chance to add if it starts to make higher highs. Oil just held 63.05. see what else here in FX. I'm going to just go quick here through a couple more FX and then just want to hit on the other global macro. So dollar yen hasn't been able to get above 112. So we said we're probably in a 110 to 112 range on the euro. I don't think you got to outthink it much other than that. I mean, daily cycle's kind of low. I don't see the yen really breaking down though, unless we're getting some weekly closes above this 112 area, 112 and a quarter. I don't have anything on that. Cable has been sideways, kind of starting to leak a little bit lower. You know, we haven't been really playing that. Pound yen, it's kind of the same thing. I guess you watch the lows right here. This has been the bottom of the shelf, 143 and 3/4. Aussie dollar, heavy last week. The trend's down now, but it just keeps holding like the 70 area. Every time it looks like it's going to trend, there seems to be this weird floor right here. Seems to be like this shelf. The buyers come in. When we cracked this intra low and the flash crash, then we came right back up. So that's something to watch. We had pretty good covers on Aussie yen last week. This daily cycle is low. I mean, this could cycle all the way back to the underside of 80. So I'm not really interested in shorting. Cable or Kiwi. Pretty good breakdown last week. I'd still be a better seller there. You can let that daily cycle come back up. Dollar CAD, bullish. Still a better buyer there. It's trying to make higher highs. I think that looks like a chart that might want to go to 136. You got a daily cycle that's high there also. Okay, that's that. S&Ps, everybody's still all eyes on the old highs. NASDAQ is through, still the strongest. Dow is not. And then the Russell's still the weakest. We're watching that 1600 level. I'm small short the Russell. So if we do get like an intraday pullback, that's been the game plan, is just buying dips. So this morning on the open, I'd probably eye this low 30 area, pie of the 200, 2932, 2930 zone. Not add a little bit back there. Talked about oil, watching the topping tail. Gold, big picture, kind of held pie. I think it's just, if this dollar continues to get stronger, I don't think gold's got anywhere to go but sideways to down. I think 1255 still is maybe in the cards. If you did buy 12 and 3/4, I think you probably run a break even stop and or just trail it right below the low there at 1266. Treasuries, still like a core long, they look good. Took some profit last week. Our daily cycle is kind of high, so I'll be a little bit patient about adding back. Small short and fives against it. I don't really see much to do day trade right off the bat. I'm going to give this oil just a little bit of room above the high, maybe to 63.30. And it may just flirt with us, where I'd take that contract off and maybe put it back out higher. See what happens here. Looks like it may tail there. I don't know how many tight stops are right above these overnight highs. I guess we're going to find out. What else, guys? We hit on gold, Nikkei. It's more of a yen. It's always the same kind of trade as a yen, opposite of the yen. I think Nikkei looks pretty high here. I wouldn't want to be long. If anything, it'd be a little bit short against the December highs. I don't have anything on that. I think that pretty much covers most of global macro for now. Yeah, so we'll come back, maybe look at crypto in a little while.